Hi there, it's Marlene Hielema from ImageMavenVideo.com. In this video, I'm going to talk about why you get black bars on your videos. So first off, what do black bars look like? Well, maybe you've seen videos on YouTube or other places like people's websites or blogs that have black bars. In this case, you can see that there's a black bar on the left and right side of this video. In this video, I'm going to talk about why you get black bars, how to get rid of them, and why they are sometimes good to have. So what causes black bars? Well, black bars are caused when the proportion of the video doesn't match the proportion of the video player. Here's an example. Here's a 4:3 video inside a 16:9 player, and that's similar to the last shot I showed you of my YouTube video. And this is a widescreen video inside a 16:9 player, and you might see these in Hollywood films where there's a super wide screen. So how do you get rid of black bars? Well, as usual, I suggest beginning with the end in mind. So what you need to do is create your presentations and shoot your videos in a 16:9 proportion. So here's an example of what 16:9 is. So one side of your presentation or your video should be 16 and the other side should be 9. And those are proportional measurements, and I have a chart in the blog post that you can download, and I will put a link to that at the end of this video. So what is 16:9? Well, here's some examples of those actual measurements. So 720 by 1280 pixels, which is HD video format, is 16:9 proportion, as well as 1080p, which is 1080 by 1920 pixels. Basically, any file that is a 16:9 proportion and it's inside a 16:9 video player, which most are these days, is going to fit properly and you won't get black bars. Now here's an example of how you do that in Keynote or PowerPoint or Prezi or any kind of open office software where you can choose your slide size. So when I start a new presentation, you can see that you have slide size down here in the bottom right corner. So you can see that I have two sizes here that are 16:9 proportion. One is 1280 by 720 and one is 1920 by 1080. And here's how to do that in Camtasia for Mac. And here's my editing window, but I want to show you how to adjust the canvas size. So right here, I go to Adjust Canvas, and a drop-down menu pops up, and you can see here that my original size was 720 by 405 pixels, so it's rather small, and that's because this was created specifically for an online course where I was playing back the videos at this size because I wanted to save bandwidth for my students as well as myself. Now I can change that size as well. I could have started with a 720p version, something specific to iPads, or a Super HD, the Ultra HD 1920 by 1080. But in this case, I used a custom size and I was quite happy with that. You want your canvas to be in a 16:9 format. And again, at the end of this video, I'll have a link to a chart to help you get there. Now, if you're shooting with an older video camera that is not HD format, then you should just live with the black bars. Now, you can also crop your video in editing, but that is not really worth the effort. You can just use the black bars. So, for example, if you have an older TV, which was a 4:3 proportion, that is what some of the older video cameras are like as well. They use the different format, but since about 5 years ago, the HD or the widescreen format has come into play, and now it's really a standard, and that's why we still get some videos with black bars, because they're taken with an older camera. So by the way, YouTube will automatically put bars on all videos that are not 16:9 proportion. So if you see someone's video that has black bars, they've probably used a slideshow that was 4:3 proportion or something else, and YouTube automatically put those black bars on it. I know it really bothers some people, but really it shouldn't. Because the alternative is you get a stretched look or a squished look. So if you stretch your 4:3 video to fit your 16:9 video player, it looks like a mistake and like you don't know what you're doing. Here's an example. So a 4:3 image into a 16:9 format, and this is a picture of my cousin, and the poor guy, he looks twice as large as he is. He's not a big guy at all, but when you stretch it, especially people and fonts and things like that, it doesn't look good. So it's better to have black bars than a stretched video. And this is true especially with technical things like software training or photography. And here's what a squished image looks like. This is a 16:9 image into the 4:3 format. It's very hard to watch an out of proportion video. Our brains spend way too much time transposing the image and not absorbing the information. Sometimes when you do a full-size screen capture video, if you use a different size monitor, a 4:3 monitor, an older monitor, or the software window isn't quite 16:9, and that happens as well, and then you squish it into or put it into a 16:9 player, it'll stretch it, or you might even get squishy videos. In either case, it's very hard to watch. It's probably better to keep the black bars and keep our brains from overloading. Okay, let's review. Black bars mean that the proportion of your video image does not match your video player. If you don't like seeing black bars, then you need to create your presentation or videos in a 16:9 proportion. P.S. Read the accompanying blog post to get a sizing chart download and some further tips. Just go to imagemavenvideo.com/black-bars. In conclusion, I'd like to say it's better to have a proper looking video than worry about those black bars. Thanks for watching. Please share this video. There are probably many people who can be helped by knowing this information. You can also check out my website, imagemavenvideo.com. And please subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to go to the blog post so you can get this sizing chart.